Wrasslin, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. See ya!
Hey, welcome to Wrestling with them Wrestling Boys. I'm the POT, alongside my tag team partner Big E. And we're here to bring you another episode of premium wrestling content. What's going on, bro?
Welcome to Wrasslin. Hey man, we back. We back, man. Episode 85. We back like Jordan with the 4 or 5. And ready to get going.
4 or 5.
We running a little late. It ain't your usual Monday. Life be happening. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we still showing up. We still here. Episode 85. Go on and give me one.
All right, we got Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson.
It should be first. Now you do have Antonio Gates.
That's a great one.
Yeah, but and you got a few like Tim Brown wore 85 his last season. You know, when you get to a team and do something a little different. Freaking Tebow with Jacksonville, you know, when he was there for, what do you call it, a stint? Or what do you call it, how long he was there?
Yeah, then you also got another great tight end, future Hall of Famer, George Kittle.
Okay.
Who's also a huge wrestling fan. So shout out.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. So shout out to him. Yeah, man, episode 85. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget that we do have merch. Please go to prowrestlingtees.com/welcome to wrestling and pick you up a shirt. We got 3 designs right now. We'll be doing some more. But yeah, buy all 3. Buy one for everybody in your family. Support the cause. prowrestlingtees.com/welcome to wrestling.
My shirt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, like I say, we're running a little late. I don't know about you, but it's been busy. We had a busy weekend, and man, I ain't hardly watched nothing. I do want to say this. When we get started about wrestling and everything. Babyface Solo Dolo Sequoia, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. He really, really let loose on Raw from the clips I've seen. And I'm interested. I'm invested, interested, and all the above to see where that goes. So, but I loved it. I thought it was great. What about you? You got any input on that? Have you seen it or?
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm still not completely sold on that. As far as I don't know it. I'm expecting something with this 6-man tag for SummerSlam. I don't necessarily think he's going to turn, but I don't know, man. But I do like his personality, though. I like how his mic work and everything, and his personality really flourishing. So I see what you see.
I got a little excited and left out an 85. I'm excited we recording, man, because
go ahead.
It's only Wednesday, but it's been a rough week. You know what I'm saying? I'm
A
excited.
lot of turbulence. A lot of turbulence.
Yeah. But the plane landed though. Everything's fine. Landing gear came down, but it was rough though. You know what I'm saying? So the mask came down. You know, hey man, from the most one of the most prestigious high school football programs of all time, the Dillon Panthers, Landry Clark. First of all, let me give you a little background about Landry, about how he really is, you know what I'm saying, a pillar of the Dillon community. Okay, he came in, you know, the way that team was, he was a walk-on. The
Right.
way that team was, you know, and brought them together and got a little time, and then went to the East Dillon. You know what I'm saying? Came back, hit the winning field goal to beat the Dillon Panthers in the I don't know if it was the Big Cat Bowl, whatever they called it, the Big Cat Classic. But he put East Dillon on the map and set the pace for them to win the state title the next year. You know, so you ask me, Landry Clark belongs in the East Dillon Football Hall of Fame, even though they shut the school down. They only they got two separate Hall of Fame. They got the Lemon Street and the Mary, so they got the East Dillon, and the Dillon Hall of Fame. He should be in both. Should be in both. We got runner-up state title. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can't put him above Riggins or Smash. I mean, come on.
Well, Smash was gone when all they played together. Let me tell you this. If it wasn't for Landry Clark, Riggins would have never played because he helped him pass and, you know what I'm saying, he tutored him. You know what I'm saying? And then with all the problems that Saracen has a quarterback, who is his best friend? Landry. Landry is the backbone of Friday Night Lights. Landry is the backbone.
I can't argue with that.
You know, and he killed the dude. And they never talked about it after the fact. He turned himself in. He got off, and they never even said nothing about it ever again. He killed somebody. So before he was 17, he's a bad dude, man. Bad dude.
Hey, yeah, Buddy Garrity. That was Buddy Garrity made a few phone calls.
Yeah, that's how you got the boy Tim out of prison. Buddy Garrity wouldn't talk. I'll give him a job. He's got a job. But yeah, man. Hey, we wanted to talk about it earlier this week. When attempt one went down as far as the recording. But you had Santana debut last week. Now we find out his name is Cruz Montana.
Montana.
He is in NXT, but they're shooting him straight to the top. And he's a former TNA champion, former TNA tag team champion. They had a little stint in AEW. They were with Jericho, you know, so it ain't like he's just some, you know, Rudy Poo off the street. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What do you think about the trend? I mean, you heard the rumors and knew it was happening, but what do you think? How long you think he's there before he makes his main roster debut? Is it a good while or is it a cup of coffee? Cup of coffee, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You never know, man.
Cup of coffee on the big time, yeah.
Green to the crop. I don't know, man, because you know right now with the NXT, as far as the men's side, you know they have a lot of holes that they had to fill.
Yeah.
You know they had a lot of call ups with Javon and Oba and Trick, and I mean that was a lot at one time. Ricky Saints, with your boy All Ego Ethan Page. I mean that's 5 right there. Like within a few months. So, you know, of course they got a who champion, my man, brain fart. The Italian guy.
Yeah. Anyway,
You know what I'm talking
I'm trying
about?
to think.
Ooh,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, but yeah,
man, I can't believe his name. But anyway, then of course they got Evil,
it's partly
Nuraku.
cloudy. Yeah,
They're partly cloudy, right? But Nuraku's over there now, who's Evil from New Japan.
New
So
Japan.
you
Yeah,
know they try to build their roster back up. So Cruz Santana, um, he probably
my
might.
my
Unfortunately,
thing.
he might be there. He might be there a little longer than he may like. I don't
Right.
know. But to answer your question though, I don't think it'll be a cup of coffee. I think he,
Cup
at
of
least probably
coffee in the big time. Yeah,
at
dig
least
it.
through the rest of the 2026, I think he'll probably be NXT, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, maybe do like a Rumble thing or something like that. Be in a
Right.
Rumble or something. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see. Look forward to it. Um, Sad note of today, and we usually don't do some stuff like this, but it's actually the day we're recording. 8 years ago today, Brian Lawler died. Brian Christopher, Grandmaster Sexay. Um, won't go into details of what was going on when he passed away and none of that stuff. But anything you remember positive about when you think of Brian Christopher?
I definitely think of Too Cool,
Mm.
with him and of course Rikishi and Scotty Too Hottie and the dancing and just he had over the top personality, and I always remember how they used to joke about him being Jerry Lawler's son, which we knew he was, but they used to try to make it seem like he wasn't. But then they'll say little slick stuff with JR and Jerry,
Yeah,
like that's your boy, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" And
right.
but I always remember good things about him because he had an over the top personality. He was
Right.
definitely a fun character to watch with their tag team. Definitely sad though when you hear the backstory
Yeah.
behind their relationship and just how that went down.
Yeah. Yeah. Was in the USWA and did a lot of indies. Was in TNA. Him and David Flair did some stuff together. I never forget the promo with him and Dusty. Um, Dusty Rhodes talking about how good he was and talking about you could be a king one day too.
Right,
King of these nuts. But it was so good because they just Brian Christopher was very talented. I don't
right,
know if his size was a problem, size was an issue, because he was stocky, but he was short.
right.
So, but prayers up to him and his family. I just thought we'd mention that and keep it all positive about him. Very talented, had a ton of charisma, and just another person, another wrestler, another human being just gone too soon. So
I just thought of this Tony D'Angelo is the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
NXT
yeah, yeah,
champion
yeah,
name, so
yeah.
Tony D. But rest in
Absolutely,
peace to Brian Lawler. Rest in
absolutely.
peace.
Grandmaster Sexay. But hey man, we talked a little bit about Busted Open and where do they go? I've already seen people. I've unsubscribed. I'm not listening no more because it's now a channel on Sirius Radio that's 24/7 WWE, and Busted Open is on that channel. Um, and we also talked about wondering what about Nick Nemeth and this and that. Well, Triple H was on there today, and Nemeth and LaGreca did the interview, and it was a great interview. Um, I think LaGreca was kind of marking out a little bit. You know what I mean? It's Triple H is the boss. You know, um, but I thought it was so good. Uh, they were talking about the guys learning and talking about NXT and learning from the vets and you know, um, Triple H was talking about the click and it just wasn't a bunch of guys that wanted to do this and that. It was the guys that wanted to talk wrestling. He was like when he first got there and rode with this person, that person, You talk about wrestling for 20 minutes, you can tell that's not what they want to talk about. And Triple H is like, I don't know anything else to talk about. All I want to talk about is wrestling. So it just be quiet, and they that's how they all, that was one thing they all had in common. And of course, we've heard that before. But just talking about the vets and giving back, and the guys that are retiring, he's wanting the guys to say, okay, just like AJ, they don't want to take bumps anymore, but they want to stick around and help out. And that's how you make the business better, and this, and this. And I just thought it was good, man. He's talked about Femi and Brock Lesnar, and talking about how Brock was really hands-on with Oba and really saw something in him and been really hands-on with the match, and Oba himself and things he could do. Like he was, saying like it was amazing. So, and that's, you hear stuff like that, man, and it, I felt the weird way about Busted Open being on the WWE channel and them not covering other states. But there you have with Nick Nemeth, part of the interview, still there. He works it. He's on TNA TV all the time. And of course they don't have a terrible relationship as far I'm talking about the companies,
right?
But Nemeth and them were talking about in the Spirit Squad and how they enjoyed, all the stuff they learned from, HBK and Triple H and stuff. Just real good, man. It's about 20 minutes. Just a good interview. And one thing that Triple H was saying about the difference, talking about Cat and Brunson coming back and saying, of course, they never experienced nothing like that, the crowd and stuff, and all the sports celebrities and stuff. I'm pretty sure all of them say they've never experienced anything like that, and you've heard that over and over again. But they were, he was talking about that, and then he was talking about, when he blew his quads out, he was down in Birmingham, and Andrews would say, it's crazy that everybody that's not a wrestler that comes in, their first question is, when can I get back on the golf course? When can I sling a club again? It's never, when can I get on the mound again? When can I suit up again? When can I start shooting again? And he said, wrestlers, the first thing they ask, when can I get back in the ring?
Right.
And it just shows the passion of the business. And they talked about the passion of the fans, and it's just a real good interview. And if you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. A real good interview. So,
well, we talked about, you talked about the whole Busted Open thing and how, of course, now it's WWE 24/7. And of course, we talked about what's going to happen with the Nick Nemeth and somebody like that, or even the Jonathan Coachman or somebody who's not really affiliated with WWE. And, but here, boom, Nick Nemeth's still on there, and then they interviewed Triple H. So, that's good to hear. But I understand how this whole WWE takeover really rubbed people the wrong way, because, Busted Open covered everything, AEW and, all the big indies, they might talk about MLW or Ring of Honor, of course, AEW and stuff like that. So it's really still curious to see how that's going to play out going forward. So I understand that people are upset about it, but it is what it is,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'll say, but as far as Triple H, I know I didn't check that interview out, but that definitely, people can say what they want to say about Triple H, and I know there's a lot of people who have a negative outlook on Triple H, in which I don't really understand where that come from. Even as him as a wrestler, the guy pretty much checked all the boxes to me. He was a great heel, great talker, pretty good in the ring. They always talk about how he held people down, but if you look at his WrestleMania record, I don't know what the hell they talking about. I mean,
really, you need to do your homework, because he put a lot of guys over numerous times.
Right. I get they talk about this thing, they might talk about Booker T, and I get that, but still he definitely put a lot of people over
Yeah.
that, but that's neither here or there. I know we ain't here to talk about Triple H, but um, so I definitely have to check that out. I would definitely like to catch that interview with
Down
Dave.
good interview. Down good
Okay.
interview. I do want to make one statement that I think, and this is not in stone, but I think as far as next week, all the free agents are free to do whatever they want. As far as the New
Mm.
Day, um, everybody that went down in that little releasement and all that stuff. So that's something to look forward to as far as other shows and big independent shows and big autograph signings. Something you're gonna start seeing some names that you wouldn't be able to see before. You know what I'm saying? Until they got released. So
I
yeah,
will tell you something that I found out this past weekend that was interesting. They did house shows this past weekend.
yeah,
Bailey worked in a house show. I know they was in California, which that's where she's from. She's from San Jose,
yeah,
but she worked in house shows, which of course, not televised. But I don't know what that means, But so they wrote her off TV, obviously,
right.
and of course, there's rumors that she may not be re-signing with the company. I don't know when her contract ends, but she did work in the house show market. So take that how you want to take it.
Right, right. And they also talked about that on the interview with Triple H
Mm.
and him talking about doing, some more house shows and stuff like that. So, that's it's funny you brought that up. Um, Other than that, man, let's talk about this weekend,
Yeah.
you know. And what a weekend it was. Saturday we went to Villa Rica to an indie show and got to see the Good Brothers, got to hang with them, kick it with them, got to chop it up with Avery Styles and CJ Gallows, getting to see the future of wrestling. Had a great time, man. The Good Brothers, man, they're something different, man. We're talking about the Big LG, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson, the Good Brothers, formerly of the Bullet Club, formerly of the OC, the Club, WWE, TNA, AEW, New Japan, tag team champions wherever they go. But the most humble, I think he's got to be the most humble wrestlers I've ever even talked to or even heard about. Am I wrong in saying that the last two times we got to kick it with him?
No,
And
man. It's I know it's different for us. We sit here talking about it on this podcast, but it's definitely special. It's almost like we're dreaming, like
yeah,
you're dreaming. I'm wearing the shirt, the Bullet Club shirt, and they got their I know you can't really see it, but they got their signature on it. But it's like
yeah,
we're part of the crew,
yeah,
and it's they are very humble, man. But not just with us. You see how they interact with all the fans.
right,
Really, really, it's very eye opening, but it's gratifying seeing these guys act this way towards fans. Because you hear stories about wrestlers and not just wrestlers, just athletes or entertainers in general. You might see somebody at the airport, and it could be a bad day or whatever,
right,
and sometimes they might be with their family eating dinner or something, and people staring at them or want a picture. And, it's like, hey man, you see I'm with so and it's kind of hard if you're not in their shoes. It's kind of hard to judge them on that,
mm-hmm,
But these guys, man, it's both times we got to interact with them, which is really amazing. But this past Saturday though was
that
just
was different. That was different.
it hit real different,
It really
man.
did because the last time when it's like we didn't even talk to them first. Like they came to us. You know what I'm saying? And not like that, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just really different this time, man. And what a great time it was. And let's talk, and we'll finish talking about it. But let's talk CJ Gallows and Avery Styles. Um, did a little tag match. They worked for a minute. Then they got jumped by the rest of this little indie crew. Next time we'll do better about telling what the promotion name is and all that stuff. But of course, then the brothers came out and it was an 8-man tag. And so at the end, the main event is an 8-man tag. You got CJ, Avery, and then you got the Good Brothers. And they had a freaking
Billy Ricker street fight.
Street fight. Nobody in their life has ever said those words together. You know what I'm saying? In a sentence. And we're from the state of Georgia, and Villa Rica is just right around the corner, so it's just funny to hear. But as far as the one bump that Gallows took outside, how smart is that to make these towns not really have to bump hard in the ring, but you're getting the fans involved because you're talking to them while you're beating somebody up. Gallows took that one bump in the chairs and
Man.
gave it was nasty too, but he gave everybody something. But the guys didn't go over there and have to kill themselves to entertain everybody.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Now, these at the end of August, they got some stuff coming up with FTR. See, that'll be a whole different atmosphere, a whole different, setting. And that'll be mostly in the ring and stuff. But to me, it's genius because you're making money, you're entertaining the hell out of everybody, and you didn't hit the mat not one time.
Right.
Except for the Magic Killer. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Genius, dog. And that's how you stick around. But was not everybody had the best time they ever had because Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson was beating somebody up right in front of your face.
Right there.
And then they went in the ring, did their finisher, gave everybody that. Avery did the Styles Clash. You know what I'm saying? And freaking CJ doing the moonsault off the bleachers and did it in the stage in Knoxville the very next night. Both of the kids are talented, man. The interaction you see with Gallows and his son and the way they talk on the podcast and their stuff, and check out their podcast. It's the Bump and Feed podcast. Of course, Talking Shop. And don't forget about the Grunt Game podcast, and they're all on the Talking Shop network. So if you pull up Talking Shop, you'll get all of those, and they'll all be there. But the interaction that they give, the interaction that CJ and Gallows have, is just you can tell they're father and son, but he's taking it. The boy is taking advantage of all his advantages.
Right.
And the kid listens, he's involved. I just think, and then you got Avery. I mean, look who your dad is, AJ Styles. I mean, you don't want to say they got big shoes to fill because, everybody, when it comes to somebody they look up to wants to has big shoes to fill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to make it your own and do your own thing and be your own person. And I think they got the right teachers as far as the way their dads are. You know what I'm saying? To guide them in the right direction and the right way. And I just think sky's the limit for them. They're already athletic as hell and talented. I mean, but they got a good crew behind them that's really going to take care of them, but make them earn it, if that makes any sense. So yeah, man.
You
Avery,
know what
I see
you know
big
what I,
things.
you know what I thought about? You remember when we went to that show in Rome a long time ago, which of course we talked about it in our live events show that we talked about. And when we did win that show in Rome, when AJ fought the bids and how he was telling us that he wish he would have gave us more and all this,
Yeah,
that was Avery, the baby.
yeah, no doubt. No
Right?
doubt.
The
And
thing came full circle.
and see, Avery just a couple of months in as far as doing
Right,
shows, and AJ was a couple of years in. And they had
right,
already TNA was already on TV and stuff because we were familiar with who
right,
AJ Styles was, and this is way after the NWA Wild Side and all that.
right,
So that night, just meeting him was crazy because, like, remember, like you had the internet, but you ain't got the internet like you got it now, or even 10 years
right,
ago.
right,
You know what I mean? So and plus you didn't have all these wrestling sites. You still just had them twos and fews.
right.
And then it was like one day that week, it came up somewhere. AJ Styles, 8 stitches in his lip, got busted open against. I think it was Abyss. They were probably
Yeah, it
working
was a
something
big.
out.
Yeah,
And then possibility he might be out for a week or two. And we're like, damn, the show is this weekend.
right,
So when we get there, we don't even know if he's gonna be there or not. And then bam, then he still went in there and fought Abyss again with the stitches. And then had the nerve to sit there and tell us, wish I could have gave you guys more. You know,
we were
just
marking out.
yeah, just as cool as can be. And we were youngins then too, so I mean we had to be early. We not 23, 24 then. We
Right,
might have been 21 or 22, 23, something like that. You see what I'm saying?
right.
But that was, yeah, man, that was something else. And just the way, them guys got, CJ and Avery got a good back and some good brothers. And if they listen, them guys going to guide them in the right direction, but make them earn it. And they got a bright future ahead of them. But
Absolutely.
yeah, and I tell you what, man, we got to take the picture in the ring with the brothers Avery, CJ, and then Emerson and DeWisco from the Nest.
Hmm.
Emerson from the Bump and Feed podcast. CJ Gallo is also a member of the Bump and Feed podcast, so check them out. But hey, man, first time I ever set foot in a wrestling ring, bro. I know you've been in one a couple of times, but never have I ever. And I'm telling you right now, it's made to be in there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
probably didn't
saying?
take a bump.
When I first walked up that thing and you had got in there, I looked and I made eye contact with Carl, act like I was finna climb the top rope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they would have had a heart attack, boy.
Carl probably
Hey,
look at you like, don't do
I'd have been
it.
out
Hell
there like
wrong with you.
Buddha. I'd have gave him moonsault like Buddha. A fast
Vader.
Who's the man? Who's the man? Oh man. Speaking of Vader, Nicole, but yeah, man, what a great time it was, man. Shout out to Emerson and the whole crew, man. Had a great time. And
Absolutely.
yeah, man, it was, it was worth the drive, baby. But I can't wait to I can't wait till they come back and we get to go again, man, because those shows, like I say, man, that might have been the funnest I ever had at a wrestling show.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I made a bold statement when I talked about the little midget mania show I went to.
Yeah,
Which that was amazing in itself with the crowd participation and all that.
ladies and
But
gentlemen, that's what they called it. That's what the show
yeah,
is called. That's not what
yeah,
we're calling
little midget
it. Look
mania
it up.
is the name of the
Look it.
promotion, people,
Look.
for the little
Look it
people,
up.
please. But I had a great time at that promotion. But
Yeah,
I just the interaction that we had this past weekend, man, it was I don't think it's gonna be hard to top that one. I mean, I know it's easy for to say that now, recency bias as well, but it's going to be hard to top that. I mean, we sitting there and Dwisco kept saying they're going to come over here. I'm telling you, they're going to come over here. You know how they were fighting outside the ring, and it was like LG gave me that look, and like he came and the chair I'm sitting in, he just came and I got up and then he just slammed Buddy head into the chair I was sitting in. You know what I mean?
It's hilarious, and then just the fact that they're hilarious. That's the
right.
fun. That's the fun part about it. They're freaking hilarious, dog. And so therefore, yeah, man. So I had a great time. You know what I'm saying? And definitely look forward to it again. Yeah, man. So we'll be definitely checking them out when they come back. All right, man. Before we get started to talk about SummerSlam and 2-day event, some of everything's not set in stone, so we're just gonna talk about the matches that are totally set, and we'll run through them, man. We ain't gonna spend a whole bunch of time on them, but we got good news and bad news, ladies and gentlemen. And the bad news is that there's a promotion that is shut down, and it's shut down for good, and it's been a long time coming, and I know folks are real sad about it, so the PSWA has officially shut down, and I'm going to retire as the heavyweight champion of the world. Only lost one match, and my son Brian cheated. PSWA, man, Pops and Son Wrestling Association. Oh, I got it upside down like Stain, but Pops and Son Wrestling Association. Hey, man, them boys done got too damn big. They don't want to wrestle no more. Now it's just weird if you grab one of them. You know what I'm saying? They look like, what are you doing? But, man, growing up, man, we would have some real bangers, had some good promos, had the almost went locally viral These Nuts promo. And, but yeah, man, PSWA is officially shut down. So,
well, damn.
Yeah, man, it's sad day, dog. Sad day. But it feels good. I can still go. You know what I'm saying? If we would do a reunion show or anything, I got no problem coming out of retirement. But I think I'm gonna hang them up as of right now, and retire the PSWA heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah, I won it back about 6 years ago, dog. We ain't, we weren't doing too good on attendance. You know what I'm saying? The talent was acting up. You know what I'm saying? They ain't want to do right. Had to suspend Evan Jr. on multiple occasions for
shocking.
Right. Hey man, we got to talk SummerSlam, but I got to get totally out. Let's get totally away from, and then we'll talk about the good news. But RIP to the PSWA. So earlier, I come out here, man. I flip the TV on, flip on YouTube, and 10U football jamboree was last weekend. All the big teams that you might got a team from California playing here in Georgia playing it. And I probably watched about 7 games just watching.
Okay.
And this might rattle some feathers, but I could give a damn. Me personally, I don't think kids should play football till middle school. I think 7th grade is a good time to start them. I think it's so dangerous. And I mean, it's dangerous. Football's always going to be dangerous,
right.
And I think it just takes a special person to play football. First of all, but you got to be tough, man. You're getting hit almost every play. Especially if you're in the trenches, it's contact all day long. That's all you get. And it might be 2, hell, it might be 3 coming at you. You know what I mean? But I mean to tell you, dog, I'm so glad. I would never in my life coach Little League football. Ever. Ever. If my kids would have played football, they wouldn't have played till the 7th grade. They wouldn't have played all that Little League. They'd have been in there blindfolded. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what's going on. Bro, I saw every play. You could be down by 30. Every tackle that's made is the best tackle. The kids is flexing over the other players. The coaches are ridiculous. You got 40 coaches on the sideline. Now I don't know if you did you? I don't know if you ref Little League. Did you do any of
Wait till you hear my tape. Wait till you hear my tape to finish up.
All right. It's no wonder you can't control them kids in high school now. It's no wonder. For me coaching high school football for 8 years, it's no wonder why them kids are the way they are. I don't know what the difference is from back then till now, because I didn't play Little League football. I wasn't a part of that. But it's one of the worst things I've ever seen as far as sports. And we coach semi-pro and all that stuff. When I started coaching high school, I had to grow up a little bit and realize that these are kids. No matter if they're 16, 15, if they go in D1, they're a kid. Right. They're watching everything you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you got to grow up some. But I mean, and football is foul-mouthed, it's hard-hitting, it's shit-talking, it's everything you come up with. But that's as you get older. And but now it's every play. You got 45 coaches yelling at the referee. Every play you hear 10 people, holding. They don't know the rules. You got one team yelling, we're supposed to be playing everything. There's no accountability. Everyone that lost got cheated. And that's what you're telling the kids. So how the kids supposed to take a loss and learn how to come back from a loss? If they blew, every win it should have never been this close. We should have did this. It ain't no good job. Way to get the W. We got to go to work Monday. Y'all have a good weekend. And then you talk about the good and the bad and the ugly on Monday when you get there. And either you're going to pay for it or you're going to be rewarded for it. Either way, you're going to practice and you're going to work. You know what I'm saying? Then a lot of these guys praise one kid the whole time. Even after the game. If it was he the best, he did this in front of the team. Like it don't matter what y'all did, but then it's clap it up for yourself. These coaches want to fight. It's all about these parents and these coaches living through these kids, man. It is sad to see. It is sad. It is sad to see, man. I was so butthurt about my kids not playing football, and it still irks me now. But I don't want them playing in this shit they got going on right now. That ain't football to me. And I know that's funny because I done been kicked out of everything. I done been kicked off of softball teams, out of softball games, baseball games, semi-pro football games, high school games. Hell, I done get kicked off the high school team. Okay? But
I damn near had to kick you out of damn semi-pro team while I'm out there refereeing. That's another story for another day, people.
But and we're gonna take a minute on this, but the way them kids are getting coached, because it's all about getting tougher, tougher, tougher. But it's motherfuck everything, motherfuck everybody. They spend more time on their chants and stuff than they do working on plays, and you don't got that many plays. Every play, if one receiver ain't open, it's a quarterback scramble or a handoff. But they throw it to the same kid. The linemen know all the chants. They know everything to do, but they stand straight up. Nobody corrects that. When they meet on the 20 during the timeout, you got a coach that's trying to say, you go here, you go here, you go here. And then another coach cut him off. Get out there and whoop their ass. What y'all doing? Blah, 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 blah. It's the damnedest thing I ever seen. And then if they lose, there's no accountability at all. The refs cheated. Man, they do this every week, man. We got to play that team and the refs. So now your kid's going to be a little bitch every time he loses.
Which is funny because both teams are saying that about the referees.
Yeah.
Well, let me do my take from a officiating perspective. First of all, me and you both started playing football in the 7th grade. We can both relate to that, right? I didn't play Little League football. I always thought Little League football, I mean, I understand folks getting their kids in early, but I agree with you as far as Little League football. I also think that now they try to do what they see on TV. They running these spread offenses and stuff. The damn kid as a quarterback can barely throw the ball 15, 20 yards, but they have to run the spread offenses, first of all. So it's like
kids should have 10 plays.
Right. So that dynamic, right? But okay, here's my officiating perspective. First of all, when people ask me that don't officiate, they ask me, they know I'm a referee, right? They like, okay, how do I get officiating? First thing I say, hey, do you got a bad temper? Or like, can you deal with criticism? Because if you can't, this is not the job for you, bro. Because you're gonna get cussed out. I compare it to being a police officer. No, I'm not a police officer. No, I know that's a whole different dynamic. But you know how nobody likes police?
Yeah.
They necessary, but nobody likes them.
Yeah, but they're going to talk way worse to y'all than they would the police.
Well, I'm just saying, though. We police.
Nobody
we police the game. Yeah, we get cussed out. We get cussed out by the coaches, the fans, and the players, right? Yeah. Everybody, right? And my thing is that, okay, the team loses, and it don't even matter. I understand that, yeah, we miss stuff. And yeah, we might have missed a bad holding call or something. Stuff happens, right?
Right.
But they never talk about the bad play call or coach, your kid missed a tackle or your quarterback threw a bad interception or coach, your defensive back dropped the interception. You know what I mean? They don't ever talk about, or how about on the punt return? Yeah, you mad I threw the flag, but your kid clearly blocked him in the back. So I'm not supposed to call that? Like, so it's always, they took the game away from us. No, like that. So, but as far as Little League, that's a whole different dynamic. I never did Little League, man, because at least with high school and college, it's police different as far as we have a little more security getting in and out of that place. Little League, these folks will follow you to the car, all kinds of crazy stuff. And then also Little League, high school and college, there's 6, 7, college, 8 people on the field. Little League, there might be 3 officials out there on the field, so they can't see everything. And then the best officials, to be honest, are not doing Little League football. You know what I mean? So that dynamic too. So the guys who are out there are not the most experienced and best officials anyway. And there's only 3 of them. So, and then also we talk to kind of like let them play a little bit. You know what I mean? Because if they out there throwing a whole bunch of flags, that ain't the right thing to do. Because now, who wants to see a whole bunch of flags?
Right.
But you notice it. You're going to be there all day. But you notice everybody wants you to throw the flags on the other team with no flags on them.
Right.
I used to always tell
They
people in a
didn't do
jokingly
nothing.
manner.
They didn't do
Yeah, well, I always tell people joking in a joking manner is that if both teams mad at us, we had a good game. You
man.
know, if both
Yeah,
teams mad at us, we did our job. You know what I mean? But
I'm
I
just
never wanted no parts of Little League football, man, because I don't want to have to
trying
deal
to tell
with some kid parent, you know, or coach try to follow me to my car and you know, or any, you know, and like you said, the kids they heavily influenced. So some 9-year-olds, some 10-year-olds see their dad or their coach cussing out the referee. I mean,
that's what they're
so
gonna
just
do.
even yeah,
Yeah,
well, it's like in high school. I had a kid cuss me out, you know, and then I'm not the one, so I check him, and then he looked at me like I was wrong for checking him. You know, it's like, wait a minute,
right.
we was raised to respect our elders, you
Yeah,
know, like, but they look at these young folks now, they like, y'all are not respecting us. Wait a minute, it doesn't work that way. I mean, I
yeah,
believe everybody should have respect for each other, but like, you're not gonna cuss me out, and then I'm not gonna say nothing. Like
right.
that's not how I operate. You know, a kid in high school, Creekside, said, "Fuck you, you blind motherfucker. You can't see anyway." Yes, that's exactly what he said to me. One of my fellow officials threw the flag on because he heard what he said. I ain't throw a flag on him. I checked him. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Fellow officials threw the flag on him. Their head coach reported me to my boss and said that I provoked the kid and threw the flag on him, which that ain't what happened. I didn't
right.
throw the flag on him. You know what I mean? But I got that rectified later, but I had to smooth that out with my chairman at,
Mm.
you know, did a college game. In a college game, I had a college guy at Stillman College threatened to fight me. Said, Ref, I want to fight you after the game. I had to check him. I told him I beat your motherfucking ass out here. Excuse my language, but I told him that. And he looked at me. He said, I can't believe you said that to me. I said,
Right.
how about we go tell
Hell
your coach
no.
right now, you threatened to fight me and see
Right.
who win that battle. How you gonna threaten to fight me? Then I ain't gonna say nothing though.
Right. Yeah, man. That just, bro, just watching that, I felt dirty watching
Yeah,
it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like them kids. No wonder they a handful. No wonder you can't get them to come to practice. No wonder they think they the best thing smoking, but they're mediocre.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And a kid, and you've seen it 1,000 times. First of all, it's hard to get a college scholarship. It's damn near impossible to go to the league. Okay,
right,
it can be done, but it's damn near impossible. Your kid just might be fast.
right,
Them kids don't know how to tackle.
right,
They getting taught how to do these different chants and dances and all that shit, but can't tackle nobody.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, linemen standing straight up. Coaches ain't saying shit. They yelling at the referee. He jumped off sides. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's the whole damn game. But I will say, as a coach, like when you see something, like we just can't believe you didn't see it because we saw it. And we're not watching because y'all are designated to watch a certain thing.
True, but you gotta understand. Um, we're watching. I give you
Multiple.
example. Yeah, I'm an umpire, right? So
Yeah.
my and just give insight for people. Umpire the one to stand behind the linebackers and stuff, but we're watching the line blocking. So my key is to center the two guards before the snap, right? When the
Right.
ball snap, I'm watching the blocking. You're supposed to kind of follow where the ball's going, but we're watching 6 to 8 people. So you
Right.
might be watching two guys engage, and then you move off on it. And as soon as you move off and shift your eyes to somebody else, then you might miss a hold because you looking at somebody else. That
Right.
happens all the time. You know what I
Of
mean?
course. You can call
Yeah.
holding
So
on every play
yeah,
on
technically you can.
somebody. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then you got one of them dumbass coaches that on the sideline, they yelling at you that he's holding my receiver. But the play was on the whole opposite end of the other field, on the whole other side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What did
Yeah.
that impact? Nothing. You ran the ball this way.
Yep.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
part.
So, yeah, man, we got to do better. You're going to let them kids play that young, man. You got to teach them right, man. That shit ought to be as fun as can be. and as PG as possible. And I know that's crazy for us to say this show ain't made for kids. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
when we get out on that baseball field, I got to turn myself all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Because them kids watching, and you got to involve them all. You know what I'm saying? And not saying I ain't lost my temper or nothing like that, because I mean, I have, but that shit was just crazy, man. They calling the other team bitches in the huddle. Y'all gonna break these bitches and this, and this. I get it if you're in the league, whatever it takes to hype yourself up. I get it if you're in college, even in high school.
Well, you said these kids 10 and under.
10 years old, man.
Yeah.
You in their face. You gonna let this sorry motherfucker do this, and this, and you this, and this? Come on, motherfucker's 10. He got doo-doo in his drawers. You know what I'm saying? He don't even know how to wipe his ass correctly. But y'all think this motherfucker, just because he's bigger and everybody else ain't started growing yet, he gonna be the fucking man. You know what I'm saying? And it don't work out that way. Anyway, let's talk SummerSlam, bro.
SummerSlam it is.
SummerSlam it is. That was a long ass rant right there. I'll tell you that.
It was a good one though. Needed to be said.
Hey, we're just gonna talk about the few matches that we know are confirmed. We know what stuff is gonna change. Got a couple of days going. Anything can happen. Minneapolis, Saturday night, Sunday night. Let's talk number one contender, Finn Balor, Sami Zayn. Good way to start it off. I'm letting you go.
Now I'm trying to think, because I think what's gonna happen with Cody Punk is gonna affect this match. Even though this match gonna be night 2, Cody Punk gonna be night 1. So the reason why I say that is because I know that Finn Balor fought Punk earlier in the year before WrestleMania, right? So I don't necessarily think that they would do that again. They may, but I don't know if they'll do that again. But I'm not really sure what's gonna happen with Cody and Punk. So it seemed like the easy thing would say that Sammy would win, but the only thing that made me pause on that is that I can see Sammy losing though, to add to his frustration, to his heel turn with him,
really
like
shoot him over the top with the heel turn.
Right. Yeah, so
yeah.
So yeah. So yeah. So far as prediction, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go with Finn. I'm gonna say Finn gonna win, just because I think something's gonna happen with Sammy, and that's gonna bring him over the top, over the edge, as far as him, losing his mind, and solidifying this heel turn.
Solidifying. Okay.
If you will.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. Let's talk Gunther, Nick Aldis. I want to feel like I did when Steamboat came and fought Jericho. I want to see Magnus. I'm excited. I'm excited about that, man. Just to see, just to know that this dude wasn't ready to hang it up, and you finally get to the WWE with your on-air talent, but you're not in the ring,
right?
And you've been here for a couple years, and man, he's like, I'm finna show everybody, all these folks that don't know who Nick Aldis is, I'm about to show them. You don't think he's pumped up, man, ready to fucking kill it? He's already put together. You can tell he's like McMahon back there with that suit on,
With his suit on, yeah.
So you already know he's put together. It ain't like they got the performance center. Just send him down here. We'll take care of him, get him ready. We'll have him back for TV, no bruises. Just out there running the ropes. You know what I'm saying? Doing this, doing that. I'm excited to see. I want to see what they pull off. Gunther's going to show up. Gunther probably wins.
Right.
But anything can happen, especially if this is a one-off, then, you know, but I mean, it could be not. Who knows? Because that Steamboat was supposed to happen. You know, they was just supposed to do the little Legends match.
Right.
And they was like, oh, everybody was like, holy shit. And they wrestled 2 more times. You know, so, but I mean,
I like how you compared it to the Steamboat, but to be honest with you, the Steamboat for me hit a little different because it was Steamboat was a little longer out of the ring.
Yeah.
But to your point though, you're right. I definitely am looking forward to this match because, like you said, we know who Nick Aldis is. We know him as Magnus.
Yeah.
So former NWA champion as Nick Aldis. He, you know, and you know, with his interaction with Gunther, it was a promo, but it was kind of like a shoot.
Yeah.
Like what Gunther said to him was really a shoot. Like he was like, "This is the biggest match of your career,"
and it is.
You know, he's like, "You ain't never been in WWE ring," and like it's the truth,
right?
So I definitely looking forward to this match as well, and I also think that, of course, I don't see him beating Gunther, but there's a wild card that could potentially show up. You got to think. I listened to the verbiage that they were saying that in the contract signing, he's relinquishing the whole general manager thing. So is that just for this match?
Is it for the night per
right.
se? You know,
or does
the match is over?
Right. So, but the wild card to me is Drew McIntyre.
Wow. You think it brings back that quick though?
Well, we ain't seen Drew, right?
Right.
He was filming the movie. That's been a few months ago. We ain't seen Drew since what, WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been what, 4 months? So Drew had issues with Nick Aldis as well.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that this might not be a one-off. Well, it would make sense if Drew cost Nick the match, and then he have another opponent right away. Right. I mean, we don't know if they'll do that, but wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So keep eye on that. But I think we both agree that Gunther will get the W one way or another. But I'm very excited about this match. I am.
Yeah. Okay, let's Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and I don't know, have they added the last contestant yet? Contender.
Okay, Tiffany Jade. Yeah, Tiffany Jade. What's old girl? Matt Cardona's wife.
Oh,
Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair. So who is the fifth? I think they might do that on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Or did they already? I don't know. Don't give me the line.
We'll figure it out. But it's a ladder match. Look for Charlotte to do something crazy. Definitely gonna see what Jade does in a situation like that, and how she takes bumps. And I don't know, man. Ladies ladder match can get exciting. To be honest with you, because they want to show out, and they're always out there to prove that they belong out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I know I'm looking forward to that one as well, because it's a ladder match, because of what they're going to be out there trying to prove.
So who's going over?
I do not know.
I don't either.
I don't know against that, and it's not like and I like the ones where I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I get to be excited. You know what I'm saying? And flabbergasted because we don't sit here and say that we're right all the time, but the majority of the time you kind of know what's gonna go down. And it's fun to be surprised. And of course we don't know all the participants, so I'll leave that one up there and let you go on it.
Well, here's my issue with I don't have an issue with the match itself.
Mm.
I have an issue with this interim thing here.
Now, see, okay, go ahead, man.
Because see, it's like they didn't do that in the past. Normally, if the champion's injured, they'll just strip them of the title, and then somebody else wins the title, and then when whoever got stripped of the title from the injury come back, they may get a title match. Now,
that's dumb.
What's wrong with that? So if whoever wins this ladder match, they're interim champion. So does that mean their title reign don't count? So like, let's say if Charlotte was to win, so she'll be a 15-time world women's champion. So does that mean that she's not a 15-time women's champion until she beat Rhea?
So they're gonna bury Bonds and put an asterisk beside it.
Yeah, see that I have a problem with that. See, you get yourself in trouble when you do it interim.
Right.
They never really did that. So it's kind of like, okay, so if I win, so let's take somebody who never won. Let's say Chelsea Green wins, for example. Ooh, I won. I got the woman world's title. But you're not really the true world champion unless you beat Rhea. So if you win the world title, you're the interim champion, and then apparently Rhea is not going to be out long term.
Right.
So then you face Rhea at the next PLE or whenever she comes back, and Rhea wins. So does that mean you never was the world champion?
Or do you do something like they have a face off to give the title back? She hits her in the head with the title, keeps it. I ain't giving shit back. You got. I'm the champ. I'm the one been putting it on the line. This, and this. No, I'm the champion. Something like that. But like you say, you get yourself in trouble when you book weird stuff like that.
Only time I remember something like that, and I don't remember the exact storyline, but I'm going way back. WrestleMania 10. Something happened with HBK. He was the IC champion. Something happened with him. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, rest in peace. Scott Hall, Razor Ramon won a battle royal to win the IC championship, and they had 2 belts. So he was the current champion, and then they had the ladder match at WrestleMania 10 where they held both belts up there, and the winner ended up being the real IC champion.
Yeah,
and
but that's because HBK showed up back with the belt. I never lost it, this, and this, but you were stripped of the championship. You just never gave the belt back.
Right, my point.
That would be like CM Punk and John Cena. They both showed up with the titles. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is different. This is dumb.
Right. That's why they never did the interim thing. So
right. You know what I'm saying? And we usually, we even bash WWE, but we're gonna call. If we don't like something, we're gonna tell you we don't like it. Now, this is dumb.
Yeah, I don't get that. So whatever.
Hey, we got the IC title on the line with Penta and Chad Gable. You first, hey man, you're leading off today, man. Every time I mention one, you're up.
Chad all the way. Okay. Chad all the way. I think Penta been a great champion, very entertaining.
But it's time to switch it up.
Yeah, plus everything just Chad kind of hold the cards. Hometown, he had a great run as the original El Grande Americano. I think they giving him his flowers. I just think it's time. He should have won it back. When Sammy beat Gunther, I think that was Chad's time back then, but they went with Sammy instead of Chad, which I had no problem with Sammy winning it back then. You know, we talking 2 years ago, WrestleMania 40. But I
Yeah.
felt like that should have been Chad, how they were booking it then. And for whatever reason, they went with Sammy instead of Chad. But now it's a couple of years later, and he had the original Grande Americano thing, and it just makes sense now. He had the mask, so now he didn't respect the luchadors. Now he respects the luchadors. Him and Penta have respect for each other. You know, it's one of these faces versus face matches. You know, we talked about that last week.
Right.
You know, but I think Chad is going over. He's hometown. I just think he'll get his flowers. Had the big moment. I think Chad's gonna win this match.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Penta got a good run, and they need to switch it up. And like I say, he got a lot of leverage right now. So, Liv Morgan and Io Sky.
You know, this one really tough for me to call because I don't really see Liv losing the title because she ain't really had a title run because she ain't really defended the title. She lost to Io at the Queen in the Ring,
right?
But she got this Danhausen curse thing going on, and she hasn't been uncursed. So it's almost like they kind of booked themselves in the corner because if she wins, then that means the curse is not active no more,
right?
Or what's going on with the curse? So I don't. That's hard to call here. I kind of think that what's the old girl Stephanie back here?
Yeah.
I think she may surface somehow.
Okay. Well, you got the other girl from the Judgment Day who just won the IC title.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, does she get involved somehow?
That's why I think old girl gonna come and kind of make the save.
Yeah. Well,
Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah. So, does she make a save as far as for the curse, or does she cost Liv the match and become babyface with the IC title reign?
Well, and it's not just Raquel Rodriguez. What about Roxanne Perez? You know, it's a lot of moving pieces to this whole Judgment Day thing.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, but I don't know. But hey, just like you said, it's not as predictable, which is a good thing. But I'm really curious about this curse because also another thing, this match gonna be night 1. Danhausen, Dominic gonna be night 2. So I don't know what's gonna happen because this curse thing is kind of weird how they book that. So I really don't. I can't call it, man. I can't call it.
Well, if that's the case, let's move right into Danhausen and Dirty Dom.
The Human Money's on a pole match. Human Money's. Yeah, it's gonna be hilarious. Real quick, man. Jonathan Coachman, shout out, Coach. I saw him on Instagram, man, and he hates everything. Like he poo-pooed on the Raw segment with Joe Henry and Danhausen. You know that I believe that you've been cursed. Like he hated that. He was like, that's the worst segment he ever seen in Raw history. I'm like, damn. Raw been on for 33 years. And he said that's the worst segment he ever seen. I think it's hilarious. Either you love or you hate Danhausen. I get it. It's hilarious to me. This match ain't gonna be no different. You can't you can't take it seriously. It's Danhausen.
Yeah, it's like having Santino.
Yeah, yeah.
Or R-Truth.
Right.
Truth is a little more gets a little more respect than that, but those guys, that's how they make a living, man.
Right. Right.
You can't sit here and tell me that Santino Marella wasn't entertaining.
I mean, the fact that this man did the Cobra as his finisher was like, really, you know what I mean? Like, who's gonna be? I digress, though.
When he used to call people different names, John Cena,
right,
Snoopity Dog,
Snoopity Dog, right. So that being
Golden
said,
God.
since we're talking about this match, it's gonna be shenanigans.
Yeah.
JD and somebody gonna come save Dan, probably Joe Henry or maybe somebody else. Maybe Rey Mysterio, who knows? But it's hard for me. Danhausen don't lose or hasn't lost yet.
Right.
He gonna have an Undertaker streak. But I don't think this is gonna change, because I don't think the loss gonna hurt Dom because it's a gimmick match. Nobody gonna take it seriously anyway. It's not like Dom gonna lose a real wrestling match versus Danhausen.
Hey,
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. We were talking about football earlier.
Yeah.
And then you talk about JD McDonough. What size helmet will he have to get with?
I don't know, but they had to special order his shit. He has a dome, bro. Man.
You remember you 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 remember that movie Mask?
Yeah.
With Eric Stoltz?
Yeah. And Cher?
Yeah. That's JG.
Damn, man. Hell, man.
Rocky Dennis. Hey.
Damn. Golly, man. You had to do him like that.
Just think about it. Just hey, let's talk. Oh shit. Oh man. Anyway, dog, let's talk
You stupid, man.
Man, straight A's, boy. Ooh. Let's talk the 6-man tag. LA Knight, Solo, Dolo, Sikoa, and Royce Keys against Jimmy and Jay and Jacob Fatu.
I'm looking forward to that one because I'm curious to see Jacob and the interaction with Jimmy and Jay.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I know I mentioned earlier about Solo. I'm just gonna keep an eye on him. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not saying he's gonna join the bloodline, but I don't know. Like I don't know. I just I just feel like something's gonna happen. I don't know what, but
I'll tell you.
even if it's just LA Knight them just not getting along or something's gonna happen, you know. But I think that Jimmy J and Jacob, the bloodline, I think they're gonna get the victory.
Okay. 12 super kicks. Over or under during the whole match.
Shit, Jay gonna do 12 by damn self.
And the double super kick, you got to count that as 2, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. So they both pull it out. You gonna take the over or under? I say it's gonna be 12.
I'm gonna do the under.
All right.
Not by me. Not by. They might do 10.
I'm talking about the whole match. Everybody during the whole match.
Well, I don't know, man. I think they're gonna be right at it.
Okay. I would too. I feel like the bloodline gonna win. I'm curious to see that, like I say, curious to see the interaction and everything. But we're gonna see what happens. Um, you got Hell in a Cell with Brock Lesnar, Obafemi. I think we all can agree this is Brock Lesnar's last match, so this one's an easy pick. I think he gonna make Obafemi earn it though. I mean, it's Hell in a Cell. It's gonna be nasty. Like we talked about earlier, Triple H talking about Brock Lesnar's all about this dude, man, is really hands on this match. I think they go all out. And I think he leaves Brock Lesnar for dead. And we might see Brock Lesnar at the Hall of Fame, and then you might not. You might not never see that man ever again. You know what I'm saying? He might show up to the Raw reunion in about 4 years or something. 160 pounds.
Yeah, well, like you said, this definitely probably the easiest match to call as far as W and L. Definitely going over on this one. But I think it's definitely gonna be physical. It's Hell in a Cell, and I don't think it's gonna be one of them 3-minute squash matches that they've been having.
Right.
They gonna, both of them might get some color. And in the cell gonna be chairs and tables involved, and they gonna get some stuff from under the ring and
steps, everything.
Yeah, they definitely gonna, definitely looking forward to this one. I am. So all the people who upset that Oba's not fighting for the title and all that, we knew that they was gonna have this match at SummerSlam. We just didn't know how they was gonna get to it. We talked about this before, even when Oba won. We didn't think Oba was gonna win King of the Ring because of this match, but they went ahead and did what we didn't think they was gonna do. He won King of the Ring. We just didn't know how they were gonna get this match, but they did. You called it when you said you didn't think you said it though. When he won King of the Ring, you said, I still don't think that he's gonna fight for the title. You called it. And we got to this match because we knew they was gonna get this match. We just didn't know if he's gonna do double duty or not, right?
Right. What I think they're doing is setting him up to win the Rumble.
I can see that.
And see if he can capitalize on what he got going on right now, and see what he do against a few other opponents before he get to that top tier spot. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna cheer you, especially if it's against, like, you're going against Brock Lesnar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just, so, we're gonna see what happens. If he can carry it, we about to find out. Because they fixing to find out.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward for and that. I know that's gonna be on night one as well. This Hell in a Cell match.
Well, let's talk about the last two, and then we'll get up out of here. Undisputed WWE Championship, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes.
This one hard for me to call because I know we talked about the Sami Zayn, Finn Balor earlier, And I know I said I don't see them doing the Finn and the CM Punk again anytime soon. But I did say I think Finn's gonna win. So then that means so is my prediction is Cody? I still don't know. Because Cody, man, it's like Punk just won the title. But it's like, well, we know that they'll put the title back on Cody, but are they gonna do that? Like, and
I don't.
I don't know if they're gonna do that
I
right
don't think
now.
they. I don't think they are. I think CM Punk wins. I don't think Cody gets the championship right back this time. And I think
Right.
it messes with them. And I don't think this is their last match.
No, I definitely don't think it's their last match.
Yeah. So,
So does that mean it's Sammy? Well, again, Sammy Balor's night two though. Scott about to say, will Sammy get involved? But it wouldn't make sense. I mean, it would make sense, but their match night two though.
yeah. And see but what if they do what if they do a thing where Sammy wins and Cody finesses him to put his number one contender spot on the line, he loses that, then comes the downfall that he can't win something crazy like that. If I don't know.
Which that would, I mean, yeah, I mean, which that would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense, because because it'd be with Sammy, same old thing, Cody gets what he wants, you
Yeah.
know. Um, yeah, I so I'm gonna agree with you, Punk.
Yeah. And Cody's been going at it. Does he lose and take a minute off?
If anybody deserve it, it's him.
Yeah. He's been going hard.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll definitely see. Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins.
I'm gonna go with the tribal chief on this one. Because and the reason why is because they so focused on Roman not beating him when it counts.
Mm-hmm.
Because they clearly talk about how Roman has all the accolades. Far as you measure up their careers, his resume is better than Seth Rollins' resume. No, we can't argue with that.
Right.
But the one thing that they have been focused on is that, but when them two face off, when it matters, they talk about WrestleMania 31, the heist of the century, when Seth cashed in Money in the Bank, WrestleMania 31. And then of course they had a few other matches around that era when Seth beat Roman for the WWE Championship back then.
Yeah.
And they haven't had a one-on-one match in 4 years, and they fought each other. I think it was SummerSlam of 2022, and it ended in disqualification. And then of course they had a triple threat with Punk at WrestleMania 41 when Seth won because Paul Heyman turned on both Punk and Roman.
Right.
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 So, but they've been talking about how Roman can't beat Seth when it matters. So I don't see him losing to him again.
Mm-hmm.
Not when it matters. So I just don't see Seth winning this match. Now one thing you can say though, lately, we talk about how when the original bloodline, Roman always had help from the bloodline.
Right.
But lately, what if it was the CM Punk match at WrestleMania, both of his matches with Jacob, it wasn't no involvement, it wasn't no shenanigans from the bloodline.
Right.
And I think this is going to be the same way. I don't think it's going to be no involvement. I think it's going to be one-on-one, no shenanigans. I think he finally going to get his W back. What are you thinking?
I'm all over the place. I want to say there are shenanigans. I want to say there's a being worked by one storyline that's going to affect this storyline, and then start a whole new one. I still have a possible. I still think that the whole bloodline is going to turn on Roman. I just don't know when.
I'm with you on that.
I do think that Solo will be the tribal chief because there's no way. I don't believe the babyface. He was so good at it. I'm a fan, but I don't believe it.
Well, that's why I said I'm keeping my eye on Solo.
Yeah, I don't
Anyway,
believe it whatsoever. I don't know. There's so much stuff that you think about that they could do, but you don't know what they're gonna do. But I do have a feeling that that's coming, and it might not be right now. I thought it was gonna be last month,
right?
But I think one of the titles is gonna change, and I think that Seth's gonna get the win somehow. I think Seth is gonna win. So that's what I'm gonna go with. And that's not the smart bet to take over Roman Reigns, but I see what you're saying. And you got to know that this can't, I don't know, man. You got where, just think about it. Roman Reigns is not, he's part-time, but he's not part-time, but he's part-time.
Right.
So school about to start. He's going to take some time off.
Huh?
Who knows, man? I know I want to see something. I want to see SummerSlam. I want to see entertainment, and I want them to show out. That's what I know. That's what I want out the whole show. Both days. Everybody show it up and treat it like it's SummerSlam. And that includes everybody, the writers, the producers, the talent. Go out there and treat it like it's the top, one of the top 4 shows of the year. You know what I'm saying? And because one thing I don't want to do is as soon as it's over, us hit the record button, be like, man, can you believe we was looking forward to that? You know what I'm saying? So you think any returns? Anybody beside? I know you said Drew McIntyre, but any kind of returns that you think might happen? Supposed to be Enzo and what you call it, Big Bill or whatever you're gonna call it, Big Cass.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably gonna happen on Raw.
Okay.
Could be wrong though.
They got to bring them back together. They're worth more money together than apart, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would think. You would think. I mean, I would. I mean, because yeah, I mean, plus the tag division needs it. I don't. Plus Enzo would be so annoying if he was by himself. I mean, he'll be annoying anyway. But like what it ain't like they got a cruiserweight division that no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
see. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. But they everybody talks good about Big Cass and his attitude and everything, and everybody deserves a second chance.
Oh, absolutely.
And he cleaned himself up, and I thought he was good in AEW. I mean, he looked like a monster. I like the blue jeans though. I like the jeans. Jeans give him that Sid Vicious look almost. He ain't built like Sid, but it kind of give him that Sid look.
Right.
Like he dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think about Sid Vicious and Zeus. Remember when Zeus first showed up and had them boots on and them jeans? Looked like Ron Simmons and Hacksaw Butch Reed in that Chicago street fight. It wasn't a Villa Rica street fight. It was a Chicago street fight.
Yeah, hey, that's one thing they were missing. They came out of them jeans on that tape fish, but we would know it was on them. But it's like Double A and Barry Wynn on him.
Right. Well, SummerSlam's in a couple of days. We do gotta SmackDown, so everything will be locked down after SmackDown. And yeah, man, we'll be back Sunday to talk about it. And hopefully it's all news is good news. Absolutely. And speaking of news, before we get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen, we got some big news coming. We're not able to share it right now, but we got big news coming. Y'all stay tuned. And don't forget, www.prowrestlingtees.com/welcome to wrestling, man. Get your shirt and visit the website, www.welcome-to-wrestling.com. But seriously, man, we got some big news coming. We're excited. Big things are about to happen. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be letting y'all know as soon as we can. And yeah, man, it's welcome to wrestling, dog.
Welcome to wrestling.
Welcome to wrestling. Hey, man, love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Watch all the other episodes, too. And you want to know why? Because it's welcome to wrestling.
Welcome to wrestling, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me.